Hello and welcome, everyone. It's the starting five. This is our lineup brought to you by State Farm. First for the Lakers. Nash out there with Kobe. And it's Dwight Howard locking down the middle. A big game for this young man making his NBA debut. Then there's world peace, and it's Gasol at the four-man position. And for the Mavericks, Collison is out there with Mayo. And filling the paint, it's the big man, Chris Kamen. He's thrilled for this one. Everyone will be watching now how he does in his first NBA official game. And there's Carter. And it's Nowitzki in at the power forward.
And Kobe Bryant, along with Carmelo Anthony, I think are the two most complete scorers in this league. They can find a way to get the ball in the basket from so many different ways.
Mayo dishing to Collison. Count the bucket.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
Mayo against Kobe. The three is launched. And O.J. Mayo pulls it down. Well, Stevie talked about Kobe's offensive virtuosity. You can Google that name if you want to out there. You know, you name most any way that exists to put the ball in the bucket. I think he's mastered. I don't think there's a shot that's been made that he hasn't done and done well.
Well, he's a master scorer. I mean, that's how you would title him. That includes every way, but it's the footwork. We talked about the basics, the little things, great anticipation offensively, and he's always in aggressive mode. And with his physical abilities and the fundamentals mastered, he's special.
I like what you said about the footwork. There's a great story about when Kobe and LeBron got together for an all-star game at one of their USA teams over the past 5-6 years. And the knock on LeBron had always been that he really didn't pay attention to detail. He was kind of shot and there was no pattern to his practice, individual practice habits. And you watch Kobe, and he learned from that. And now LeBron is the one teaching younger players. Yeah, it's how it's handed
exactly
down.
how it should be.
Yeah. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to talk with Rick Carlisle for just a moment. In terms of their defensive attitude coming into this one, he said, "We've been protecting the rim very well at that end of the floor, and that's something I want to see continue today." Guys?
Thank you very much, Doris. So it's mainly Clark and Steve about defense for them early on.
Well, you know what I mean. It's pretty simple. The fewer points you allow, the fewer you have to score for yourself. I mean, that's elementary.
Yeah, and particularly in this game, I think it makes sense. I mean, establish the defensive end of the floor, try to convert some buckets in transition off your defense, and try to take control of the game that way.
And here's Mayo from the arc. And the shot is good.
He is not the guy you want to leave open behind the arc, guys. I mean, come on, you got to understand who you're defending.
Well, the Lakers had another good regular season a year ago, and they were tough against the Western Conference opponents. They went 36-16 in their conference.
He's got so many ways to hurt you. I mean, he is really an offensive force out there.
Backing down is Bryant. Kamen with the block. And here are the Mavericks now. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Here's Collison. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and two shots coming up.
Yeah, the official all over that one. That's a good call there.
You got to give credit to the official there. I mean, being in the right position to make that call, that's what they get paid to do.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Brand comes in for Chris Kamen. And Delonte West is subbed in for O.J. Mayo. And plenty of tough teams in the West and Steve in the East, like you were talking about. But really, Clark, when you canvass the landscape of the NBA, none tougher than the Lakers.
Well, you know, they've got that confidence-building championship hardware that you can't ever overestimate. They don't fear anybody, and actually, if anything, they've been known to look past the team now and again. But in the Western Conference, you better be ready to play each and every time you tie those shoes up.
Here's West, following the basket by Dwight Howard. And the shot is good from Nowitzki.
That's a lot of height for the defense to have to deal with.
You know what, guys? I mean, especially against a guy with his touch.
Here's Kobe. Gets the leaner to fall. Kobe's got 6. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Here is Carter. Carter left side. Grant against Gasol. Carter for three. A rebound by Gasol.
Another Coach of the Year winner here, and Rick Carlisle, he took the award back in 2002 when he was with the Pistons. He's proved since then that he knows exactly what to do in leading the team no matter where he is.
From deep, Beaubois. Rebound the Lakers. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, Kevin, Mike Brown is completely aware of the big shoes he has to fill in replacing Phil Jackson as head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. At the same time, he knows that he isn't the same type of coach and Zen master that Phil Jackson was and has to be himself. I'm not Phil Jackson. I'm not going to be him, Brown said. I have to be who I am. Pretty good starting point, Kevin.
Thank you for that, Doris. And really, Brown can just be himself.
Yeah, you don't get very far trying to imitate other coaches. You've got to do you. He'll be fine if he does what he's done up to this point. There's no stopping him when he gets to the basket like that. If you can't foul him in time, just get out of the way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Kaman. Marion comes in for Elton Brand. And it's Mayo in for Delonte West. Back part to what you were saying about Carlisle, he has shown flexibility in his style too. You know, Steve, he's changed up a little bit from what he was earlier in his career.
Yeah, he's adapted to his talent base, basically. His Detroit teams were really defensive-minded, but he's been able to thrive playing a more up-tempo style in Dallas with the Mavs.
Well, I mean, what can you say about Dirk last year in the playoffs? I mean, come on, he was absolutely unbelievable.
Well, Clark, getting back to what you were saying about Dirk, that first game in the Thunder series was something for the ages. Remember that 48 points?
My goodness.
24 of 24 from the free throw line. Steve, just some incredible numbers.
Well, probably the most efficient game that I've ever seen anybody play. And you look at Dirk's performance throughout the playoffs, Kevin. He just came up huge time and again. And he earned that Finals MVP, and it was great to see. He's put in a lot of work over the years, and he earned that championship. And, man, what a player.
And it's Howard picking him up. And Beaubois kicks to Nowitzki. Dallas, no good that time either. Lakers trail by 4. Lets a floater go. And Kobe finishes inside. Kobe's got 8.
That's such a feel shot, that floater over the top.
Here's Marion. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. They get Paul Gasol. And the Mavericks with some changes. Kaman comes in for Vince Carter. And it's Collison in for Roddy Beaubois.
And Sean Marion's game has always been about athleticism and explosion. He's got that quick second jump. And even though he's getting up there in years, he's still a very effective player around the rim, especially. His ability to score in the paint is very impressive.
He was talking about Marion, that scoring in the paint, the points in the paint you talked about is helping by his almost lightning-quick ability, Clark, to leave the floor.
Yeah, he doesn't get up as high as he used to, but he still jumps really quickly. And that second jump and that quickness of jumping ability still allows him to be effective.
Here's Mayo. Dallas, no good that time either.
He thought he made that one.
He sure did. I mean, it was an excellent look. It just didn't go down.
That's good. Kobe's got 4 points in the quarter.
Guys, that's what he does. I mean, he excelled at getting to the rim.
Pulls from the top of the key. And he connects with the jumper. 7 points for Collison. Tipped.
Well, Darren Collison has been getting it done. He's got 7 points.
And it's a great basketball game going on, and